Goldilocks and the Three Bears, a lesson in boundaries and belonging. There once was a village that leaned against the forest, where cottages clung to the edge like stories barely told. In that village lived a young girl named Goldilocks. Her hair, a cascade of sunlight, framed a face full of questions. She wasn't mischievous, not really. Just curious in a way the world couldn't always measure. Goldilocks often wandered, not away from things, but toward them. She liked to feel the press of leaves beneath her feet, to chase birds not to catch them, but just to see how far they'd let her come. That morning, she left home with no intention at all. No plan. Only the mood of the trees, the hush of a breeze, and a faint glimmer of something just beyond that pulled her along. Deeper into the woods she went, following sunlight that filtered through leaves like gentle secrets. And there, unexpected, simple, and warm, stood a house. Not majestic or spooky, but inviting in a way that stirred something gentle in her chest. Its windows were polished. A garden unruly but loved. It didn't feel abandoned. It felt paused. Goldilocks knocked. Once, twice. No answer. But the door wasn't locked, and a breeze, accidental, perhaps, pushed it open slightly. Some might say that's when she crossed the line. But Goldilocks stepped inside not with greed or trickery, but the quiet of someone entering a sacred library. Inside, the air was thick with cinnamon and warmth. She saw 3 bowls of porridge on a wooden table, steam still rising. One large, one medium, one small. She didn't mean to eat. But curiosity, paired with the coziness of the space, whispered to her, taste. Just once. The first bowl was too hot. The second, too cold. But the third melted on her tongue like kindness. She didn't know what it meant yet, but something in her softened. Goldilocks wandered deeper into the house. There were 3 chairs. One large, carved of sturdy oak. One medium, sun-faded but soft. One small, barely a seat, but inviting like a lap waiting for a story. She sat in each. And again, only the smallest felt just right. Not because it was best, but because it was honest. It fit her, not her ego, not her dreams, just her. She didn't mean to break it when it cracked beneath her, but some things fall apart when we stay too long in what isn't truly ours. And so she stood. Guilty, not ashamed. Then walked upstairs, where 3 beds lay tucked beneath hand-stitched quilts. She tried each in turn. One too firm. One too soft. But the third, the third. It felt like dusk and lullabies and the hush of a world holding its breath. She didn't plan to sleep. But sleep folded over her like nightfall. Meanwhile, the home's real keepers returned, 3 bears who lived without fear because they lived with kindness. A large father bear, who believed in strong chairs and soft jokes. A mother bear, who left room for quiet. And a little bear, who liked cinnamon too much and always left footprints in clean kitchens. They noticed. The spoon out of place. The bowl no longer full. The chair, broken. The bed, slept in. But they didn't grow angry. Surprise, certainly. Concern, yes. But not rage. Because this was their home, and homes weren't built for punishment, they were built for presence. They climbed the stairs gently and found her curled among their patchwork quilts, mouth slightly open, dreams dancing on her breath. Goldilocks woke. Not from noise, but from that unmistakable feeling of being seen. 3 pairs of eyes. Not cruel, but curious. Not accusing, but waiting. She sat up, heart fluttering. I didn't mean, she began. The bears didn't speak. They didn't have to. Her breath caught not from fear, but from realization. This was someone else's space. Someone else's story. She stood, hands folded in apology. She looked at the ball, at the chair, at the bed. Each item she'd touched still held her, somehow, not just in impression, but in consequence. I'm sorry, she whispered. I thought I was alone. We all think that, sometimes, said the littlest bear. Goldilocks didn't run. She left. Slowly. Not chased, but changed. The door closed behind her with a soft click that echoed through her bones. On the path home, the forest no longer felt like a mystery to solve, but a friend to listen to. She walked differently, not heavier, but more deliberate. Back in her village, no one noticed she had changed. They asked nothing. She said little. But in her room, she rearranged her pillows with fresh respect. She brushed her hair more gently. She whispered thanks before every meal. For the first time, she knew that just right wasn't about having, it was about honoring. Knowing when to sit and when to rise. When to taste and when to leave sweetness untouched. Children often hear this tale and think it is about rules. Don't go where you're not invited. Don't take what isn't yours. Don't break chairs, or eat porridge, or nap in unfamiliar beds. But you, dear learner, listen closer. This story is about boundaries, yes. But also about belonging. About how we come to understand others, not by staying out forever, but by noticing the quiet trail of respect we must leave behind. Goldilocks didn't mean harm. But she learned, being kind isn't just about what you feel, it's about how your presence feels to others. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. ALP Academy, learn lightly, grow deeply.